Hello, my name is Hunter Craig, and this is my reflection video for the Multimodal Argumentative Research assignment with a visual digital remediation project. I created the paper titled Effects of Loot Boxes as Gambling in Video Games, and my thesis was that loot boxes are in essence virtual gambling and can very quickly become an addictive influence on consumers of games that contain them. I basically mentioned that there's a lot of times when having loot boxes in the game that actually do something that isn't cosmetic tends to kind of kill the enjoyment of the game in general because it undermines the game's basic features. And in the paper I mentioned this in terms of the game Middle-earth: Shadow of War and its loot box system that basically destroyed the underlying method of obtaining new characters in the game by allowing you to get them for free, or not for free, but for real money in loot boxes. And of course, another argument with loot boxes is that a majority of them are just cosmetic, but as I said in the paper, just because they're just cosmetic doesn't mean that seeing people with those skins doesn't incentivize people to buy them. And on top of that, as mentioned before, the things in loot boxes aren't always all cosmetics. And Middle-earth: Shadow of War is an example. Battlefront 2 in its original state, and I say that because Battlefront 2 has since removed these, on release had these star cards that basically broke the entire game. If you could get them, you would stomp everyone in any player versus player scenario. It was definitely easy for me to present the information because a majority of it had already been discussed, and I was arguing the popular opinion that loot boxes might indeed be gambling. And definitely the Jim Sterling videos helped out with that because Jim Sterling is incredibly vocal about his opinions on loot boxes and was an excellent resource. Given that the entire issue around loot boxes was a rather recent and, to be frank, a dying issue, it was difficult for me to find many academic sources on it, which forced me to think outside the box and, of course, use Jim Sterling as a reference, even though he isn't technically considered an academic source by the guidelines for this assignment. I learned from this assignment that gathering information on issues related to video games in particular is very difficult because there are not many news outlets actually covering the controversy, and of those who do, they try to take the developer's approach in response because they are being paid by those people. Those people pay them for exposure, so of course they can't share all the negative information, nor can they share their opinions. I think I covered pretty much all the goals in this assignment. The rhetorical situations presented in the article, and of course I gave plenty of logos in mine, and of course I tried to present my ethos the best I could, but again, as I said in the previous video, what people will view as an expert gamer is entirely subjective. I definitely understand the genres as I am a gamer. I definitely applied disciplinary awareness because as a computer scientist I tried to, and I might minor in psychology, so I tried to take a little bit of both of an approach in this, just so that I could, give the best possible analysis. And I most certainly understood the material that I was reading and was able to present it and argue it in a manner that is conducive to the assignment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.